We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is Boar's Head jalapeno pepper sauce. And it says hot and spicy. That might be overstating it a bit. And so what do we have here? Guys, pause the screen if you'd like to see what they have to say for themselves. For the record, I would agree with pretty much every one of these recommendations. And so what do we have? Red ripened jalapeno peppers, vinegar, salt, and spices. And I'm not sure what the spices are, but this comes to us all the way from New York, New York. And guys, take a look at it here in the bottle. Now, a lot of people have the idea that just because something is mass marketed like this is, that it's not necessarily a good thing. Some people get the impression that small batch stuff is automatically better. And that's a debate, I guess, for another day. But just because something is mass marketed and is available everywhere does not mean it's an indication of lower quality. There is some compromises. I think that's why. People think that is because there's compromises that it takes to get really into the area where you can mass produce something. That much is true. Because not everybody has hours and hours and hours to sit and try to cook down a sauce, for instance, for spaghetti, if they're going to can it also. But in the world of hot sauce, guys, it does take a good skill to get a consistency, guys, so that every single bottle of something somebody buys is the same. So here you guys can see it's sort of this almost a orangish red, I would say. And you can see it's somewhat thick. Not hugely thick, but it doesn't have a restrictor cap, guys. And you can see little flecks of, hopefully that's reading there, little flecks of pepper and I'm assuming spices of some kind. So guys, for a sauce that doesn't have tomatoes, this does come across as fairly tomatoey. Honestly, I use this sauce only for pizzas. I use it as a pizza sauce, guys, because I don't like most pizza sauce. I don't use it really for anything else, but that's not to say that there are no other purposes for it. So we'll get to that, guys, where I'm going to show you directly what I do as far as pizzas with this. But first, let's get to the tasting. So the first thing I get is the vinegar note, followed almost immediately by the rich red jalapeno flavor. And it's very mild. This has no real spice to speak of. I mean, it's maybe, you guys could check the written review, it's a 1 or a 2. 2 might really be pushing it. It's probably closer to a 1. Very minimal picante to this, guys. Very minimal. The flavor, though, is it's definitely jalapeno, but it's a nice rich jalapeno. It's got a deepness to it, and that's kind of where it reminds me of the tomatoes. It's reminiscent a little bit of, say, a bowl of like a rich creamy tomato soup, which I know sounds weird, but that's what it reminds me most of. So most of the tomato sauces and the commercial pizza sauces out there, guys, I don't like. I don't think they're very flavorful, and I don't necessarily want to doctor something every time I want to use it. This one, for instance, you can see there's little flecks of garlic and other things Oh, I don't know if that'll pick it up or not. It's really difficult to make out, but little white bits, probably garlic, maybe like an onion powder or something. So that, guys, is already in there. So you've already got a lot of the way towards your pizza. And if you like to put jalapenos and things like that on your pizzas like I do, this actually sort of almost saves a step, guys. So let's take a look, guys. I happen to be preparing a pizza, guys, so let's go over to that and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, guys, and we start with, what I like to do is just do a nice sort of area there, guys, and then take the spoon. I might need some more. I don't like to be stingy here. I like to just go crazy with this. So this is not a particularly hot sauce. Just basically a nice red jalapeno sauce. And let's throw some more on there. Just make sure we have enough. So this will dry out, guys, as this bakes. And so let's see here. Alright, guys, so this is what you'd want to see at the end of this, and let's get that out of the way. Alright, guys, and I have decided to go with basically a nice pepper salami. Alright, let's make sure we're good and covered here, guys. And of course, every pizza needs cheese. Right to the edge there. Need a little bit more cheese, I'm afraid. There we go. Spread it around. Have a good amount on here now. Usually I will use jalapeno rings. I don't have any. I do have these chopped jalapenos, and I've got some Kalamata olives, guys. So we're gonna throw those on next. So, guys, I like to distribute it as evenly as I can, and I will run it 425. Alright, guys, we're going to throw that in just on the second rack up. And we're going to punch it for 10 minutes and come back and check it. Okay, guys, and moment of truth. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. Let's see what we have here. Now, just depending on if you like your edges a little darker than this. This is, I usually do leave mine in a little bit longer, but we're going to go with this. 425 will do you guys up in a hurry. So we're going to let this rest for a minute, guys, and we'll cut it and we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, there you can see the sauce is down there. It's all nice and baked in underneath, and pizza is cut. Let's just take a bite and show you inside what it looks like. Alright, guys, let's get one with olive on it. One of the nice things here, it bakes off a lot of the vinegar. And leaves that nice little bit of red jalapeno sweetness to it. Functions really well as pizza sauce. Guys, this sauce is super mild. In fact, you can see there's those little jalapenos on there. There's actually more heat from them than there is from that red jalapeno sauce from Boar's Head. Now, of course, guys, you don't necessarily always have to just use this for pizza like I do. In a pinch, this will do for maybe, you can maybe substitute it for Louisiana sauce. I don't think it works super well in that fashion, but I've tried it on pizza. As they've suggested, I've tried it in chili. I've tried it in, what else we got? Soups, I've done that. Omelets, yes. Steaks, no steaks. But I have done seafood and, of course, pizza, guys. Now, I don't really like it poured on pizza to a great extent. And part of the reason why is it gets a touch too vinegary for me. I don't like super high vinegar on my pizzas. And as you saw in the pizza section, a lot of that will bake off or it'll meld with the cheese and the bread when you're actually using this as a base. So either way, stirring it into the pizza sauce or using it like I do just as a straight base, depending on how much you like sauce, guys, will go a long way towards really elevating your pizzas. Especially if you do like a flatbread sort of pizza, guys. That's a really good way of using that. And this is also a very excellent tasting sauce. This is a sauce. So this is one of those sauces that you see people, wow, I could drink a bottle of sauce. This is one that I would maybe consider doing, but I enjoy the taste a lot, so I wouldn't want to chug a lug it. I would just drink it like, you normally would drink a bottle of soda or whatever. That would probably be extreme, but this is one sauce that I would sort of consider doing that. It is a little bit on the thicker side, but definitely, guys, if you haven't tried this yet, this is one of the few commercial sauces I would say to definitely kick out there. I keep a bottle of this on hand, guys, during the colder months. During the hotter months, we don't ever make pizza because turning the oven on sort of conflicts with the air conditioning units. But in the winter, when hey, you want some heat and everything, this always, guys, from fall to spring is in my refrigerator during the winter months. It's just for that pizza, guys. But if I do run out of other sauces, it does work really well as a fill-in as well. So, guys, definitely, this is maybe the first of the standbys that I think I've done a video for, guys. And there might be a video of all the standby cones coming, guys, if you guys are interested in that. But for now, I will just say, if you haven't tried it yet, go get a bottle. It's a very excellently flavorful sauce that deserves your consideration. Go forth in peace to serve the flame.